Welcome back to my channel. It's been, I think, very long time since we last have a major BWF tournament. And I think today would be the restarting of this badminton crazy period for us. So let's jump into Denmark Open, which will be starting today. And we are going to focus our discussion on men's singles. For the record, for the all credits goes to these two websites. This is where I get the information, which you will see later on the slides to come. So this Denmark Open is a Super 750 tournament. Okay, as I have mentioned in the previous video, the biggest tournament is actually Super 1000, and one level above that would be the World Championship, and as well as the BWF World Tour Finals. So let's go to the men's singles. The first two, the top two matches, according to the list in the main draw, would be we are seeing a rematch between Victor Exxelson and Colabobitisan. Why I say it's a rematch, it's actually a rematch of the recent World Championship finals, where Victor Exxelson extended his unbeaten record against Kunlavut. Now, it's not that Kunlavut is not playing a very good match, but Victor is simply a class above him. But recently, there has been some slight doubts about the fitness and the physical condition of Victor Exxelson. But should Victor is able to regain his majority of his physical state, I think it would be a 6-0 for him. Unless Victor's physical condition doesn't improve on time, then most likely he might just walk over or withdraw. Next match, Kenta Nishimoto and Rasmus Gemke. So I am going for Kenta Nishimoto simply because he has been in great form since winning and capturing the Japan Open. Previous video I've talked about his achievement in Japan Open. It was actually his first major BWF title in his entire career. So very, very excited to see whether Kenta Nishimoto is able to maintain his momentum of form. Lo Ken Yu against Citycom Tamasin. This is kind of a surprising record head-to-head to me because, but think about it, Citycom Tamasin, who is recently the Thai national champion for men's singles, and I've seen his matches and he can really defend and return every single shot back to you. The strength that Lo Ken Yu has shown in when he was capturing his World Championship title last year. But I think for this match, I'm rooting for Ken Yu to basically level the game, level the playing field. Ng Kalong Angus, who has recently been under the coaching of a Malaysian coach, will be curious to see what Wong Tat Ming can do for the Hong Kong team. Up against Srikant Kidambi, this is actually quite a balanced match, I would say. But I think my slight favorite would be Srikant for this match. Lee Zhejiang against Mark Keju. 4-0 for Lee Zhejiang so far. And again, the outcome of this match really depends on Lee Zhejiang's ability to regain his form, his top form, prior to capturing the Thailand Open as well as the Asian Championship. So, but the odds are still heavily stacked in favor of Zhejiang to take this one. But we have to also be mindful that Zhejiang has had a couple of early exits. I think in the World Championship he was ousted in the round of 16. and in Japan Open, I think he crashed out quite pretty early as well. So it will be interesting to see. And next match between Chico against Kanta Suniyama. Surprisingly, the first match between them. Um, Judging from their recent form, this could be another balanced match, but I think I am in favor of Chico to basically claim the first win. Jordan Christie against Hans Christian, the former Asia Games champion. Jonathan should be able to take this away from the Danish veteran. Nak Nguyen against Lee Chok Yu. I think Lee Chok Yu has been doing pretty well in recent tournaments, so I'm actually rooting for Chok Yu to take this one. Liu Darren against Wang Zuwei, two surprising 2-all head-to-head record. I'm in favor of Wang Zuwei to take it, but we never know because Liu Darren can be really tough nut to crack when he found his form, his golden touches, as he has shown in the Thai Open. Yeah, so interesting match as well. Cantafon Wang Chaoren against Chu Tianchen. Now, based on their most recent form, I think Chu Tianchen should be able to defeat and outclass the Cantafon, but Cantafon attacking flair is really, it can be really lethal at times. But in terms of the overall, I think Chu Tianchen should be able to take his sixth win over Cantafon. Brian Yang against Rustavito. Actually, last year I have had some good. I've placed some rather good amount of hope on Brian Yang to shine, but it seems that he has struggled with his competitiveness at the highest level of badminton this year. So I think Vito should be able to continue his winning ways against Brian Yang. But again, Gustavito has been down with injury for a few months, so that could be a factor as well. Shiuki against Anders Antonsen, another mouth-watering clash right in the best of 32, the round of 32. Well, this is very, very tricky. Anders Antonsen seems to be slightly regaining his form as he has managed to, I think, entered the semi-final in the recent Japan Open. So does Shiuki, I think, slowly finding his footing. So this will be a really interesting and tight match to watch. Personally, I think the Chinese would have the slight edge over the Danish. Zhao Junpeng, the conqueror of Li Zijia in the World Championship, and definitely a very interesting match again against Pranoy, who is known as the Giant Slayer. Now, Pranoy has been really consistent this year. In fact, he's topping the World Tour, the race to World Tour Finals ranking. Tough match. I'm not too sure who to go for, but maybe this round I think Pranoy might be able to reverse his recent losses to Zhao Junpeng. Another very, very good match. Lakshya Sen, mouth-watering clash again against Anthony Sinsuka Ginting. I'm rather surprised by the superior head-to-head record for Sen against Ginting. I think probably they have met in the Thomas Cup. Yeah, that match I can recall. It went to rubber games if I'm not wrong. And this time around, not too sure. But Ginting might have had some of his confidence back because he has actually captured the Singapore Open after quite some time of title drop. So, but Laksha has been superb as well in his own style, winning the Commonwealth Games. So very little to pick between these two, but I am in favor of perhaps you can call this as an upset for Ginting to actually upstage Sen in this one. Toma Junior Popov against Kodai Naraoka. This lad has also managed to win his first major title, the Vietnam Super 100 Open. And Toma Popov has been rather struggling for form this year. I think last year he has had a tremendous year last year, but this year he seems to be having some struggle to match with the top guns. So Kodai Naraka for me. And the last match for the best 32 would be Lu Guangzhou and Li Shifeng. Now, if you look at the on-court performance, I'm in favor of Li Shifeng, but Lu Guangzhou can be unpredictable as well. Yep, so those would be my predictions. And if we were to try to guess who would be in the semifinals, okay, here I'm going to make a couple of assumptions. I'm going to assume that everyone is playing at a very level best, okay, their best physical state. So if that's the case, Victor is going to take it here based on what I have predicted. This would be my predictions. Victor against Kenta Nishimoto. I think it will be a tough task for Nishimoto to win Victor, unless of course injury is in place. Can you against Kidambi? This is a very interesting match happening so early on. This is basically a rematch of last year's World Championship final. So very interesting. I think Lo Ken Yu might be able to take this one this time, but clashing with Victor, I don't see anyone can upstage Victor at the moment. Li Zijia against Mark. Li Zijia, who will be clashing with Chico again. I think there has been quite a few encounters between them this year. Jordan Christie against Lee Chok Yu. Li Zijia against Chico. I am probably in favor of Li Zijia. Jonathan Christie against Lee Chok Yu, a very tricky match, I think, to predict. Lee Chok Yu can be really good at times, so does Jonathan Christie. Maybe this time around, Lee Chok Yu might be able to spring an upset against Li Zijia. I think it would be Li Zijia to take the second semi-final spot. Liu Darren against Wang Zuwei. I think I have predicted Wang. Up against Chou Tianchen. It should be Chou Tianchen. Brian Yang against Vito. Up against Shiyuki. I think Shiyuki will be able to progress up against Chou Tianchen. I think this is yet another rematch of the recent Japan Open. I'm not too sure, but seems like Chou Tianchen has been having quite a good run of form. Zhao against Pranoy. Up against Anthony Ginting. Kodai up against Li Shifeng. Another a rematch. I think they have clashed in the Asian Championship or Thailand Open. I can't really remember, but that was a match which went to full distance. So another very interesting match. Pranoy against Anthony. I think perhaps Anthony Ginting. And up against Kodai again or Li Shifeng. Very difficult. I'm going for Kodai. And this, should this happen, this is a rematch of the Singapore Open finals, I think. I think it will still be Anthony Ginting. So there you go. Victor, Li Zijia, Chou Tianchen, and Anthony Ginting would be my pick for the semifinals. Thank you for watching.